This is episode number 248 of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. Hello and welcome. Sal DiVincenzo here in the studio with my fabulous colleagues, Sarah Fade and Nicole Rambo.
Hello.
How is everyone doing?
Great. Good.
So what do you have going on this week? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I think Sarah went first last time.
Okay.
So this is from the one and only Book Riot. There are other websites out there. Just
Wow. Did they give you like a debit card and then they just load that up for you?
I'm sure they always go to the top because I've clicked on them so many times.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I like their articles. I don't know what to
Hey,
say.
they have good stuff.
Yeah. So this one is actually more children's books by Native American authors. Obviously, we need to be reading Native American authors all year round, but around this time in November, you know what I mean? It does like come up because of Thanksgiving and also obviously November is Native American Heritage Month. So it's a good time to just let you know about some more titles that you might not have heard of. So I'll just read the titles. We should have most of them, or they're on order, or we can get them from another library. Like either way, like we will be able to get these titles for you.
Great.
All right. So We Are Still Here, Native American Truths Everyone Should Know by Tracy Sorrell and Franne Lesek. This is starting off, the author of the article is saying, let's start off with a powerful book that addresses a misstep in modern education. Many students do not grasp that Native American tribes are a part of modern life. Reading books by Native American authors is a good start, and We Are Still Here presents past, present, and future victories and struggles facing Native American people. And I've mentioned this before, but, you know, we have a reservation here on Long Island, so we know, you know what I mean? Or we should be, you know, aware that Native American life is modern, you know. So that's a really great book to have. The next one is Still This Love Goes On by Buffy St. Marie and Julie Flett. Based on Buffy St. Marie's song of the same name, Still This Love Goes On is a gorgeous promise that ones we love are with us forever. Flett, a powerhouse of an illustrator, uses bold and muted colors together to create a stunning keepsake book. It does. The cover is beautiful. Finding My Dance by Rhea Thundercloud and Kalila Fuller. It's an autobiographical picture book that follows the dance journey of Rhea Thundercloud. Rhea is a talented dancer who studies many different disciplines, but delights in the expressiveness of Indigenous dance above all. Familiar concepts like feeling different and finding solace in family are highlighted, and the illustrations are captivating. Powwow Day by Tracy Sorrell and Madeline Goodnight. In Powwow Day, River has been feeling isolated and sad since suffering an illness. The worst part, she cannot dance at the powwow like she does every year. With a little help from her community, River is able to enjoy the amazing time, even if it looks a little different. Information about the history of powwows is included. We have Forever Cousins by Laurel Goodluck and Jonathan Nelson. Kate and Amanda are more than cousins. They are best friends. When one of the girls moves off the reservation, both are devastated. The true test comes when it's time for the family reunion, and both are relieved that distance did not change their love. A symbol of the forced separation that Indigenous families have historically endured, Forever Cousins is a celebration of all the ways families stay together even when they're apart. Keep Anumuk, Wiachumun's Thanksgiving. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that right. Thanksgiving story.
Yes, you're definitely not saying that right.
You know what? Actually, but I mean, it's in Native. I'm not sure.
I'm just happy I'm not the only one.
No,
just say it with confidence.
I think it might be
exactly,
Wampanoag, like the language. But I will say this: we have a book in our read aloud section. So there are wonder books, and there is a book that is in English and in a Native American language. I'm not sure which one, but because the wonder books they read it aloud to you, so you hear how to pronounce. Although it's a really good book, and they have like music behind it and stuff.
Nice.
Like it's actually very good. So that's another one that you might want to take out. This book is about several people have referred to this book filling an important gap, and I cannot agree more. This story narrated by a grandmother sharing the story of the first Thanksgiving from the Wampanoag point of view adds important depth to the frequently recycled story most often shared. This book celebrates Wiachumun, which is the word for corn, and Kipanumuk, which is the word for harvest. And most importantly, centers the Wampanoag people. I am more than adding one copy to my school library. So this author is doing that.
Nice.
I'm sure we will have one here as well. And then we have Sharice's Big Voice, A Native Kid Becomes a Congresswoman by Sharice Davids, Nancy K. Mays, and Joshua Mangashig, Paus Steckley. This picture book autobiography follows Sharice Davids, one of the first Native Americans in Congress and the first LGBTQ plus congressperson to represent Kansas. including informational back matter and beautiful illustrations by Ojibwe Woodland art. So that's Ojibwe Woodland is a group, I guess, a tribe maybe. And the artist's name is Joshua.
Okay.
Mangshig Postus Steckley. That's his whole name. This small book packs a big punch. Readers leave with the important message that no matter where they are from, what they look like, or who they love, they can make a difference. And the last one is Josie Dances by Denise Lajamordry and Angela Erdrich. Josie is preparing for her first dance at Powwow, and there are so many things that need to fall into place for this to go well. Luckily, she is surrounded by love from her family, her community, and her ancestors. This lushly illustrated book will entrance children and adults alike as we are given a glimpse into the gorgeous ritual of Powwow and Josie's first dance. Yeah, it's really good. They all sound very nice. They sound like good books that, it's like a window and a mirror sort of thing, right? That's the big thing in like children's literature. So you can like a window into like a whole new culture and like world, but then probably some things that kids can connect with as well. So it relates to them. So
great.
I would recommend taking those out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicole.
You're welcome.
And before we get to Sarah, just a reminder that we are less than 100 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel.
What do we have?
As of this recording, we're at 903.
Wow.
Yes, so hit the subscribe button if you're listening right now on YouTube, and we'd appreciate the like. Bing. There it is. There's my mid-show advertisement.
Yes.
Yes. Sarah.
Yeah.
What do you have for us this week?
Well, I thought I would try to promote our Hoopla service.
Oh,
Nice.
Hoopla.
Love
Yeah,
Hoopla.
so it's-
Hoople.
Yeah, Mat the Hoopla. So it's hoopladigital.com. And it's a separate login, but you do need a valid Middle Country Library card. And just so you know that as a Middle Country patron, you get a certain amount of digital downloads per your card. And Middle Country is very generous, and we have a lot, actually.
What is it, 10 or 12, right?
It's a lot, yeah. It's per library, not like county service-wide,
Yeah.
Like the other digital services might be. So just some of the new or popular titles that they have. They have comic books, ebooks, audiobooks, TV, movies, and music. And they have books in different languages. And they have children's books and children's and adult.
Did you say graphic novels too? Did I miss that? Because they have graphic novels.
I said comic books.
Oh, okay.
Did I? Well, they do.
Yeah.
So, so some of the things that people might be interested in is we have The Stranger in the Lifeboat by Mitch Albom. We all know how popular Mitch is. And this is an ebook. So what happens is you borrow it. Everything is digital, so you access it on your tablet or phone, and you can return it, but doesn't mean another spot opens up. So you have 12 slots per month, and even though you can return items, doesn't mean you get your slot back. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, The Stranger in the Lifeboat, 2021. What would happen if we called on God for help and God actually appeared? In Mitch Albom's profound new novel of hope and faith, a group of shipwrecked passengers pull a strange man from the sea. He claims to be the Lord in quotation marks. He says he can only save them if they all believe in him. Dun, dun, dun. So we don't know what happens, but it is Mitch Albom. So.
And he does take check or money order.
Yeah. So it's a fast-paced, compelling novel that makes you ponder your deepest beliefs. The Stranger in the Lifeboat suggests that answers to our prayers may be found when we least expect them. Then the other one we have is, I picked this one just for us. The Emotionally Exhausted Woman. This is an ebook. It's 2022, so it's new.
Okay.
And there's a very lengthy,
It looks like an exhausting description,
Yeah.
to be honest.
However, I will just summarize. Why are you feeling depleted and how to get what you need?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. Are you feeling emotionally exhausted? Are you trying to do it all and be it all the time? This radical self-care guide will help you find the courage needed to express your deepest needs, nurture self-awareness, and be yourself in a world that expects you to be everything to everyone.
I need courage to do the opposite. I'm always telling everyone what I need. I'm going to stop.
Yeah. If you're emotionally exhausted because your friend is Nicole. If you're like countless other women today, you probably feel overwhelmed, emotionally exhausted, anxious, stressed, frustrated, or depressed, or all of the above. In addition to managing your own career, running a household, taking care of others, you may be taking on an abundance of emotional labor, a form of emotional caretaking that includes managing others' feelings or subverting your own emotional needs for others. So it will just kind of, I think, self-care book that'll kind of help you lighten the load.
Right. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So then here we have some movies. 2022, right?
Okay.
New.
We have The Forgiven, and it has Ralph Fiennes, Jessica Chastain, and Matt Smith.
Oh, nice.
Speeding through the Moroccan desert to attend an old friend's lavish weekend party, a wealthy London couple is involved in a tragic accident with a local boy. But when the couple attempts to cover up the incident, the boy's father arrives seeking justice.
Yikes. Yeah.
I know, that's not good. Then we have, on the flip side, Into the Woods, which is the play with Bernadette Peters, Chip Zien, Joanna Gleason, Tom Aldridge. A baker and his wife journey into the woods in search of a cow, a red cape, a pair of golden slippers, and some magic bees to lift a curse that has kept them childless. So it's a play.
Yeah.
So
Into the Woods.
Yeah. So that's always fun.
And that's the original, not the movie of.
No, this is a movie.
No, but it's not the Disney movie. It's the original recording of the show. Chris Pine is not in there, right?
No.
So it's not the Disney remake. It's the original.
Why does Disney have to remake everything?
Preach on, sister.
So yeah. So no, it's not the. Of course, it's not the Disney remake.
No.
Yeah, that's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have some audio books. So we have Desolation Peak. Now, this is written by Jack Kerouac, but it's released in 2022. So it's by Jack Kerouac, read by Christian Rummel. And it's a bunch of his collected writings. So in the summer of 56, Jack Kerouac hitchhiked from Mill Valley, California to the North Cascades to spend 2 months serving as a fire lookout for the U.S. Forest Service. Yeah, so this is some of his deep contemplations and his experience of trying to attain enlightenment. So, he did On the Road and everything.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good read if you know.
What a good last name, Kerouac. It's a fun name to say.
Yeah.
Jack Kerouac.
Yeah.
All right. That's so fun. Good for him. Good for you, Jack Kerouac.
Yeah. Then another audiobook that is new, that is also available in ebook, is called The Ravaged. It's 2022. It's by Norman Reedus.
Oh,
Daryl of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
And it's read by Norman Reedus.
Oh.
So
Does he do his Irish accent like in Boondock Saints?
I hope not. Jack's dying mother told him, run and never look back. He spent his life amassing wealth, but after losing his family, he has no one to share it with. Alone with his demons and a backpack, he heads to South America, where people with nothing teach him what matters.
Would you want to read your own book? If you wrote a book and it was up for, narration, would you want to be the one to read it, or would you want someone else to read it?
Now, I think a lot of authors read their own books.
Yeah.
The worst is Stephen King reading his own books because he has a horrible voice.
Like, I don't know if that's always the best route.
Well, I don't know. I'm listening to Surrender, the new Bono autobiography.
He has a good voice, though.
And he has a great voice, and it's a great audiobook.
I guess I could see him, and I could see like Norman Reedus. He's an actor.
Yeah.
Like he's a performer. Bono's a performer and everything. So like that makes sense. But like otherwise, an author not necessarily
Like Stephen King.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like I don't know if that necessarily translates to be able to like read it. I could see being in the studio and being like, "That's not how I meant them to say it."
To help
like giving
direct
direction.
It. Yeah,
Yeah. Interesting.
So the TV shows, as people who really like BBC shows should really take a look, because the majority of the television shows are BBC series. So I didn't have a listen to them, but they're all like BBC shows. So music, I think this is really where Hoopla shines because they have a lot of current music that you would be surprised at. So for right now, they have all 3 versions of Taylor Swift's Midnights album. The 3 a.m. edition, the original edition, and the unrated edition. Yeah.
I gotta get rid of my Spotify. Just do that.
Yeah, they have Hamilton, Encanto, The Greatest Showman, Kids Bop, 80s mixtape, Moana, Peaceful Piano, more Taylor Swift, the new Lizzo. They have more. They love Taylor Swift.
Well, who doesn't?
I gotta tell you, Sing too. They have a lot of soundtracks.
And the other thing, sorry, did you say this already? Like, unlike if you do Libby, you get these right away. Like, there's no holds.
Right,
Yes.
correct.
Which is nice. So, like, if everyone
Right.
is looking for Taylor Swift, like, you don't have to worry about it, like, having to be on, like, holds.
Right.
You get it
And you
right
have to
away.
listen to it right away.
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, like, as soon as you download it. Like, you
Right,
don't need
yeah.
to download something else. You can listen to it right away in your iPhone.
Yeah.
Greatest hits of Elton John, the very best of Fleetwood Mac. They have Olivia Rodrigo, which we know, Red Hot Chili Peppers, more Taylor Swift, Black Panther, ABBA.
Taking over.
I know, for real. 1975, the Descendants soundtrack,
Nice.
etc. So that's just some of the new items that are out, but they have a really nice catalog of music too, which is nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
That's something I like even though I get that, like, with Libby and stuff, like you mentioned before, like, it's the system, so there's only so many copies, right? I get, like, so annoyed when I have to put a hold on a book, especially an ebook.
Yeah.
I'm like, how dare someone else want to read this right now?
Exactly.
Especially when it's, like, an obscure topic. I'm like, stop. Who was reading this? No one but me is interested in this topic right now.
I always forget. I'm like, I'll put it on hold, and then I'll be like, your hold expired. I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
So yeah, make
That's
sure
the
you.
nice thing about Hoopla. It's right there. You don't have to worry about
Exactly.
sharing.
Well, thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
And thank you so much. It's another episode in the can. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. Thank you to all who have served us, and enjoy your day. And the library is open on Veterans Day, so you can come down if you want to visit us. So to listen to older episodes or read our show notes, you know where to find it. I say this every week. So the one person who listens to us, listen, mcplpodcast.com. No, I got to tell you, our numbers are looking, we're getting a little more listenership. So we appreciate
More traction.
More traction. mcplpodcast.com. If you want to email us, podcast@mcplibrary.org. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. And you can also interact with us on YouTube. Just comment below. We have the comments turned on. Be gentle. Or you can comment on our Podbean site, which is the mcplpodcast.com site. So thank you so much for listening. For Sarah Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. We'll see you on the next show.